Hello, beach friends. Today, I'm taking you to a different beach, or at least a beach that we haven't been to in a very long time. I really wanted to change things up. I wanted to go to a different area, and while we are on Fort Myers Beach, which I go to a lot, today we're about 7 or 8 miles away because we are on the north end of the island. Good news, there's parking. Bad news is facilities have still not really been taken care of since the hurricane. So I'm at Bowditch Point Park. And this is where we are going to start our day today. Why does this not really sound familiar to you? Because I don't think I've ever actually done a shelling video from this location. I used to love this park. It's beautiful, but it definitely needs some attention. And that's okay. We're going to leave that behind us and start our wonderful beach combing adventure. Now, obviously, it's first thing in the morning, and my location, Sanibel Lighthouse, is right over there. So in my mind, the things that I'm going to find today are going to be things that I probably could find at the lighthouse. And I have to admit, I honestly didn't expect to find a whole lot, and I was absolutely delighted at all the cool things that I got to find. So if you're ready to see what this new location gave to us, let's go to the beach. Okay, so we are here on the north end of Fort Myers Beach. This is what it looks like. We normally don't come here. I just assume there's not a lot here, but we're going to see if that assumption is correct or not. Look at the reddish egret. That's a little reddish egret there, kind of dancing around for its food. And then the lighthouse is going to be all the way out there. So we're in the same vicinity of the Sanibel Lighthouse, which makes me think we should find the same types of shells. This is an Atlantic Marginella, and that is something that I would expect to find over kind of at the lighthouse and Bunch Beach too. These beaches are all very, very close to each other. This is a little tusk shell. Now this one happens to be closed at one end and open at the other end, kind of like a little sleeping bag for like a little sea snail. Some tusk snails are open on both sides, but that one, little tusk shell or a little tusk snail, is that a no? So in these kind of conditions, I was hoping for Wenteltrap. That is a fly speck seraph that I also call imposter. But those conditions, those black pieces of sediment kind of floating around, these are perfect conditions for Wenteltraps. A baby's ear. Oh, it's a little broken. Yeah, I'm going to keep it anyway. I don't find baby's ears all that often, so each one is very precious to me. Yeah, it's okay that it's broken. Great little find. And so yeah, already when I see this black, they call them coffee grounds, and bubbles, and then I start thinking Wenteltraps. So let's see. Oh, look at this. So that's a land snail. That is a southern flat quail. They don't get very big, about that big. And so that is not a sea snail, that is a land snail. I wanted to look at the aperture because there's two of them. Yeah, that is a southern flat quail. And then I did find that bright pink piece of, it's a bracelet. I was going to put it in the garbage, but then I changed my mind. I decided to wear it. So I'll be sporting a new piece of jewelry on my little shell adventure here. Wow, look at all the purplish Tagalus. Whoa, there's just so many of them. So it's called a purplish Tagalus. It's a weird name. Why not just purple Tagalus? But anyway, they tend to look kind of brown. That'll be its periostracum. I've never seen that many just kind of floating around like that. And so it's, the conditions are great. It's hard to shell for tiny itty bitty shells in the water. It's tough. A little easier when your prey is kind of like sedentary. This is a bubble, a striate bubble to be exact. It's a big one. They only get to be about an inch, but that particular bubble is quite large. All right, what else is rolling around here? A little nutmeg. Oh, right, not a Wenteltrap, but that's okay. A little common nutmeg. A cute little chubby shell. Okay, a little true tulip. Fabulous. That's great. Little tiny thing. So that's a little true tulip. Oh, and apparently I got a little pear whelk as well. Okay, that is a little apple murex. So I do find those on the south end. I guess Fort Myers Beach in general, pretty good for the apple murex shells if you like those. Apparently the little ones you can find on the north end of the island. I love these. So that's a ribbed cantharus. And for a second there, the reflection of the water in the shell made me think I saw something moving. So I'm taking a very, very, very long time to make sure there's nothing in there. So that's what I'm kind of doing. And I'm not quite convinced. I don't really know at this point. But that is a ribbed cantharus. It's not the right color. Like sometimes they come in this, like, yep, I'm really intent on figuring out what's in there. That really bright red color. And then that is a tinted cantharus. I just think that they're neat. I like the cantharus shells. The tinted one has grown on me. I didn't used to care for it, but now I really do. So that's a tinted cantharus. And then the ribbed cantharus, that really orange one, that ultimately I decided, or it turns out there was nothing in there. I was just being no, you can't be overly cautious. I was just being very cautious to make sure I didn't unintentionally bring home any little hitchhikers. That is a little baby lightning whelk. A cute little thing. Yep, so little itty bitty one. Oh, and an olive. A lettered olive. Yeah, that's nice. Not little tiny. I mean, I'm kind of looking for tinies. I assume there'll be little shells here. Yeah, it's on the smaller side. So that's a little lettered olive. Oh my goodness, I haven't even moved. I mean, I'm still been in the same spot. You know what? Well, maybe Bowditch is pretty good for those tinies. Okay, another true tulip. A couple extra barnacles if you happen to like them. Bonus, if not, well, that's okay. A little bit of bleach will take care of that. No problem. A beautiful abandoned tulip. An Atlantic giant cockle. Since I'm getting the tinies, these could be great beach bowls, so I'm going to hold on to that just in case. Never know when one of those is going to come in handy. You can use it for digging. They actually really are kind of handy. Oh, gross. All right, we'll take the garbage off the beach. Okay, so that big pink hotel, that's one of the ones that's actually open. Most of the other big buildings you see here, they're not open quite yet. So not a lot of foot traffic, at least on this part, north part of the island. But unlike the southern part, at least you can park here. You know, if you can get parking. You are going to need to get there early to get parking, but at least there's a lot there. Oh, terrible. Yep, I always take the garbage. Busy taking the garbage off the beach, which actually worked out for me. I'll talk about that at the end of the video. What? Just one random lace murex. Just kind of hanging out there. I did expect it to be hanging out with friends. Well, maybe. I don't know. It seems odd. There's nothing here than just one lace murex. And, oh, this is looking pretty fresh. Pretty alive. That is a Gulf oyster drill. And we will, yep, it's little amber colored operculum. So that animal is alive, just kind of hanging out inside its shell. I do collect them, not the live ones. Only empty. We only collect empty stuff at the beach. Okay, I'm seeing those coffee grounds again. So again, Wentel trap. Looks like good area. Okay, I'm going to slow down. Yeah, this looks great. If you see conditions like that, slow down, start looking, and you might find something like this. Now, I don't know that we've ever talked about the Gulf dove snail. I don't know that I've ever really found them. I mean, I know they exist, but that is a Gulf dove snail. There's actually quite a few different dove snails. I don't find them often. Look at that one. Oh, it's tiny. So they're only getting, I mean, on the large side, a little over ½ an inch. So they're tiny little shells. Kind of cool, right? So those are Gulf dove snails. Is that what I hope it is? Yes, it is. So I'm like, okay, huh. Go figure, because I've never come to this area to look for Wenzel traps, and maybe I should have. What? Yeah. Yeah, maybe I should have. Holy cow. Oh, that's great. Oh, that's awesome. And I am in my head, I'm going, really? Yeah, I mean, I know the conditions looked right, and I know I'm kind of like across the bay from the lighthouse, and by all rights, I should be finding him. It just, wow. I'm really glad I came here. And by the looks of it, it looks like it's going to be a pretty, like a good swath of beach where I'm going to be able to find, or at least be able to hunt for the Wenzel traps. I'm so tickled. Yeah, I mean, I know I was looking for him. I guess I kind of expected to find him. Oh, I'm so excited. Oh, let's see what else is going to be here. Little NASA and a little hermit crab. Yep, you are going to stay here. Put you right back. Okay, yep. And this is going to be easier because the shells are going to be sedentary. They are not going to be rolling around in the... It's just a lot harder with the tiny ones. It can be done. I have found Wenzel traps like rolling around in the water. It's just a whole lot harder to find them that way. Another Gulf oyster drill. Lovely. Empty. Oh, another one of those Gulf dove snails. Yeah, neato. Neat little shells. All right, little drill, little dove snail. Hopefully, there'll be a Wenzel trap or two here as well. Yeah, this is exactly what you're looking for. And just like that. Oh, I'm so excited. I love finding Wenzel traps. It took me a long time to finally find them. They're they're just beautiful bladed shells. Oh, and now that I found a spot to kind of get them, maybe I'll come here often and I'll be able to figure out what kind of Wenzel traps I'm finding, because there are a couple different types. But for today, we're just going to go with Wenzel trap. Oh, it's trying to hide. You can try Wenzel trap. Now this one I was like, a little bit of color on it, but there's a little something kind of sticking out of the aperture, so I don't have to worry about the Wenzel trap being alive. Empty. The shell is empty. But I always check because I have made that mistake before and I had to bring the shell back to the beach. Oh, I see another one. Oh, good. I didn't miss it. Oh, that's great. That one's a little more worn down. I like when those, yeah, not too, oh, it's beautiful. Oh, they're so fun. This is so satisfying. It's almost like shark teeth looking for the Wenzel traps. It's so satisfying. I'm just thrilled that there's shells here. I assumed that there really wouldn't be much here. And I just wanted to do something different. So it came to a different part of the beach. And like I said, I'm really glad that I did. It gave us different things to talk about and a different part of the beach I can kind of encourage you guys to go to. With parking, I might add. Oh, this is great. Oh, another, yep, I see it. I even get excited watching the video about finding him, so. Yep, so another Wenzel trap. Yep, real happy. And they all go, all my Wenzel traps I keep in one little container, and believe me, there's not very many in there. Oh, well, so this is where I am. The pier is still pretty far down the beach, so maybe halfway between the Bowditch and the pier. And then you're going to look for all these like black ground up stuff. Now that is an imposter. That is a fly speck seraph, but it's got all its color and it's actually kind of a pretty shell when I'm not being annoyed that it pops up when I'm looking for Wenzel traps. But so that's a fly speck seraph with all its little brown colors. Kind of neat. Now this I think is a sharp rib drill. It's just shaped kind of wonky. And they don't get very big. They get about that big. Tiny little things. Can you imagine what the babies look like? They must be crazy small. So I believe we're looking at there a sharp ribbed drill. Okay, a little pear whelk. It's fine. It's little. It's cute. We'll take that. And Another Wetzel trap. Oh, aren't they awesome? Yep. Now the Wetzel traps too, they have their aperture, the opening it's very round compared to some of the other serifs. So that is another fabulous Wetzel trap. And I'm so happy. Yep. Another, I could do this all day long. Aw, I see the tide like messing up my shelling area. Another little Wetzel trap. And they're all in good condition too. I feel like I found this like little honey hole. Like yes, by all rights, this should be happening. But the fact that it actually is happening, this should be a good area to find Wetzel traps. And I got news for you. Just in case you eagle eyes saw that other Wetzel trap in the background of this shot, not to worry. This time I saw it. Yep, normally, well, maybe not normally. In the past, I have missed shells sitting right there, and I did think to myself, haha, not this time. Wow, that's a pretty Wetzel trap. Wow. Not this time, Wetzel trap. You're coming home with me. Look how cute you are. That is a little tinted cantharus. It's kind of got like a beach booger on it, but that's a little tiny tinted cantharus. We had found one earlier. This just happens to be an adorable one, and I like those shells anyway. So a little tinted cantharus. Awesome. And flat again. So to someone like myself who likes to see chunk on the beach, this could be discouraging, but I'm having a fabulous time. Got a bunch of great stuff in my shell bag. Let's see what else. Oh, creature. So this is a brittle star. I'm gonna flip him over, get you back. I'm sorry, dude. I didn't mean to bury you. Come on, let's get you a little closer to the water. There you go. There you go. So that's a little brittle star. And I've been finding them all of a sudden. Fort Myers Beach has all these brittle stars. Well, that's kind of fun. So you get to come up on the north end and also see a critter. More things I didn't expect, and for the good. Like, I came here, I really didn't expect to find a lot of shells or anything, and next thing you know, I'm having the best time. Plus, I'm helping out, takes a little bit of garbage off the beach. I was really happy to get that battery. And then this other stuff, I just worry. There's so many people walking around barefoot here. Not me. I do always wear beach shoes. A little top snail. Now, I will say, Fort Myers Beach, I'm normally going on and on and on and on about the rose petal talons. Haven't seen one. So that's a little different. North end and the south end. So when I say Fort Myers Beach, I guess I should really be a little more specific, because clearly it's a very different island on the north end as it is on the south end. A little moon snail. Oh, it's cute. Excellent little find. Little shells are so cute. What is that? Ooh. Yeah, all right, a little fighting conch and that bright shell. That is another true tulip. They get quite big. Can you imagine how beautiful that would have been if it was like a 4-inch, 5-inch shell? Oh, that would have been awesome. All right, it's getting a little chunkier here. All right, here's another pear whelk. Oh, look. So, oh yeah, some cereus, some fighting conchs, that true tulip, a little pear. All right, so you know, there's definitely shells here. Look at this, little lace murex. That's I mean, it's barely broken. Yeah, when you hold it like that, so pretty with that dark top. Yep, lace murex. Coming home with me. What is this? Okay, that is a apple murex. Wow, I hit the apple murex section. All right, that one's broken. Yeah, we'll leave that. A little auger. All right. Oh, wow. I did see that little coquina too. Yeah. So 2 augers, 2 apple murex. There's a little baby coquina. I don't even know if I managed to grab that. Very cool. All right, so we are right here, right practically on top of the pier at this point. Yeah, this used to look a lot nicer before that silly hurricane came through. All right, here we have another fighting conch, a little apple murex. There's that little coquina. Or is that a different little coquina? I don't know. Is it stuck to me? Ah, where was I? There we go, a little auger. Yep, being extra careful, especially with the augers, or anytime really you're shelling close to the water. I try to be so careful. All right, getting a little, well, I wouldn't say chunkier, but there's definitely stuff here. Another lace murex. Would you look at that? Huh. Yeah, I'm I'm very surprised. All right, that is a sereth. That is a dark sereth. It's broken. There's a lace, or there's an apple. All right, so we have a lace murex on the left, an apple murex on the right. Okay, I feel pretty confident when they say if you want apple murexes, come over to Fort Myers Beach. Yeah, there. Wow, even here on the north end. Again, when I didn't really think there'd be all that much. I'm tickled. Oh, lace murex, but yeah, you're missing your bottom. We will leave that for someone else. See, there was just this little pocket. I don't know, those murex shells. Oh, and I got here and I'm like, how high did that hurricane water get? Well, it got 13.8 feet high, which was the highest surge ever recorded in Southwest Florida over the last 150 years. So all of this was underwater. Wow, it really kind of boggles the brain. And it takes a long time, apparently, to recover from something so devastating. So some places are open. Margaritaville's open. Right now, yeah, see that tide? All week, it really wasn't great, but I'm having a great time. It's 72 degrees out. So this was, or is, the downtown. This is like the Times Square area. Slowly but surely, things are trying to come back. And then the pier. There are plans. They've been talking about rebuilding the pier, so that should probably start at some point. So that's as far as I got. I went from Bowditch, again, not really expecting much, and so thrilled, absolutely thrilled at what I'm finding. Another apple murex. So in my head, I'm going, okay, so what's going to happen is exactly opposite of what we just did. We're going to find a couple of murex. We're going to move back into the Wenzel trap section, and then we'll be up by Bowditch. Let's see if that happens. So there is a moon snail. It's been buried, kind of soaked in some of that darker color. I'm still keeping it. Right, that's a big pen shell on the right there in the water. I'm leaving alone. I just picked up a lace murex. Doing pretty good on those. A lot more than I would have expected. No, I guess that goes to show. If I don't come here, I don't really know what's here. I was making some sweeping assumptions. I just like the south end of the island. But that's, not to say there's not stuff up here too. Oh, darn it. Well, that is a stay tab, not to be confused with a pull tab. So there's lots of different things I learn when I come to the beach, even about stay tabs and pull tabs. Olive. Yep. I know, for a second, were you thinking golden olive? Or it's just kind of light, not a golden olive, but just still a very lovely lettered olive. And I can't believe I've been talking all this time. I've had plenty of beach time, but I think it's high time that you do. So I'm going to be quiet and let you have some beach time. Oh, Gulf dove snail. Now, I wonder if they hang out with Wenzel traps too. Because that's what I'm looking for. To be fair, I'm just picking up other things I happen to spy as I'm looking for the Wenzel traps. So that's another one of those dove snails. Look at that. Now, that is a scorched mussel. That was a mystery shell to me quite a few weeks ago, and I had some help from you all. So thank you. I have now nailed the scorched mussel. I do remember that. And then we have a little coquina. Two more fun little shells that can be found here on the north end of Fort Myers Beach. Oh, another one of those little cantharus shells. So another little itty bitty tiny tinted cantharus. Oh, I just really like those. Why does that happen? Why does a shell like meh for a long time and all of a sudden I just start liking it? How does that happen? Oh, imposter. Haha, not imposter. Lentil trap. Let's look at your blades. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I'm probably, oh, it's so pretty. That's gorgeous. Oh, look at that other little shell. I don't know if I was able to salvage that one as well, but it is kind of working the way I thought. I'm back in the Wentil trap section of the beach. So like, could I hang out here and just continue to look for Wentil traps and never leave? Yeah, I could, but I do kind of like walking around and seeing what else I can kind of see and experience and show you guys. So I'm, like I said, I will be back here. There's got to be a Wentil trap here somewhere. There. Yep, there it is. Yep, that's pretty awesome. Yeah, I have a really, like I said, it's very relaxing, these little shells. And apparently I have a new place to look for little shells and Wentil traps. I figured the tinies would be here, but I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled to have another little beach to kind of come and go beach combing. So there's people here, the lot does fill up. So that's the only bummer trying to come here in the afternoon, is that you might kind of have to battle for parking. And then you come here, they are also using that whole text to park system like Sanibel, so you'll be able to pay for your parking. I do have a county parking pass, which is covered when you park here. So hopefully, you know, Bowditch will be looking better and better as the months go by. And if you do happen to come down here, you are going to see half, you know, buildings half standing. So there is a lot of Fort Myers Beach that is still under construction. It's going to be a very long time before we're fully up and running. And I'm doing my part by at least trying to take garbage off the beach. So today was only 2.2 ounces. However, it put me over 50 pounds for my Earth Day video. I was so excited, and I've done it. I've removed over 50 pounds of garbage off the beach. Now there's that Atlantic giant cockle I removed off the beach, along with those olives, the moon snails, the lace murex, the apple murex, all which I can't believe were there. There was one jingle, the tinted cantharus, which I like so much. Oh, a couple of the little itty bitty rice olives, the dark sereths, the augurs, the tulips. There was that scorched mussel, the bubbles. And then that's a little tiny bubble next to one of the bigger bubbles. So just to show you the size difference. There was that tusk sail, the lightning whelks, the coquina, the melampus, there was a marginella, the drill. That's actually a paper fig. Those are fly-speck sereths. Those are Gulf oyster drills. There was one NASA, the broad-rib cardita. I did grab a couple of those purplish tigless. There was a top snail, fighting conchs. There was 2 nutmegs, that ribbed cantharus, the dove snails, the baby's ear. And then from all the lentil traps. That was so fun. And like I said, now that I found a new spot, maybe we'll dig into trying to tease apart what kind of lentil traps those all are. But holy cow, that was really fun. Now, Patreons, I want you to know I was thinking about you. The minute I got on the beach that morning, I was thinking of you. And I just want you to know how much I do appreciate you supporting me, watching, commenting, just in general. I couldn't do this without you. Seriously. Now, next week, we are going back to Keewaydin. I'm out there trying to catch an afternoon low tide, and it was pretty fun, and I will tell you that mission was accomplished. So, until next Sunday, I hope you have yourself a great week, and I will see you again next Sunday.